Are we ready? Are we ready for another one? Okay, let's get going. You ready to conquer the real estate exam? Welcome to realestateexamninja.com, where I have helped thousands of people pass the real estate exam. You're not on this journey alone. Check out the website, realestateexamninja.com. A buyer contracts for a property and negotiates the purchase price of $250,000. With a 20% down payment, he has no problem obtaining a 30-year conventional loan for the balance. At 8%, full amortization requires a monthly payment of $7.34 per thousand. If the lender adds another $250 per month for escrow, what will the buyer pay each month? Okay, you guys know, what do we do on math? We pause. Okay, pause it right here, and I'm going to get to the answer. All right, here's the math. So we take $250,000, okay, and we have a 20% down payment, right? So the loan is for 80%, so we times 0.8. All right, then we divide that by 1,000, okay? And that's $200. We take that and we multiply it by 7.34 to get 1,468. So you can see they tried to trick us here. They wanted you to think this was the number. But no, read the last sentence. We had to add $250 for the escrow. All right. So they tried to trick us on this one. How did you guys do? Did you get it right? Let's keep moving. While the objective in the cost approach generally is to estimate both the land value and the improvements, the land typically is appraised during the what? So you can't put money and build land, right? Land is almost always, in fact, I'm trying to think of an instance when I would use the income approach for land. Maybe you could say like a parking, like some kind of open field next to an airport that they use for parking where there's no improvements but it generates money. Maybe the income approach would be appropriate in that scenario, but it's, very rare. Almost always the sales comparison approach or the market data approach, it's the same thing, synonyms. That's how we appraise land, okay? So, yeah, land is always going to be sales comparison approach, or some markets call it the market data approach. In the appraisal world, we call it sales comparison. Pledging property for a loan without giving up possession of the property itself is referred to what? So we pledge the property for a loan, but we keep the loan. All right, which of these? All right, I've got a few people. Oh wow, the answers are kind of all over the place. You guys don't really, you don't really have a lot of conviction in this one. All right, let's see if you were right. No. Hypothecation is the pledging of something as collateral or security for payment of a loan. So take that. If you guys missed that one, either on the website realestateexamninja.com, you can go through it over and over again until you get it right. Or if you're just at home and you don't want to program, take out a note card, write it down. Because this is on the test, right? It's kind of a tough one. Neil Woodhouse wants to buy a certain condo in Florida. In order to pay for the unit, the furniture, and all the appliances, she needs a what? What do you guys think this is called? All right, we're getting quite a few answers. All right, this seems to be confusing a lot of you. All right, I'm going to pick one at random. Let's see what it is. A package mortgage covers both real and personal property. Very rare mortgage. Sometimes you see these at like beach condos, right? Because if I own a beach condo, it's kind of like specific furniture that's kind of beachy. And I don't really want to pack that up and take that to Montana, right? It wouldn't make much sense hanging seashells on the wall in Montana. So a package mortgage is what that's called. A property manager may legally attract prospective tenants to a building by doing all of the following except what? So we may legally attract tenants to a building. So what can we not do? Can we remove troublesome tenants? Yeah. Can we remodel property? Yeah. Can we offer concessions? Yeah. Can we pay referral fees? I don't know. Can we? It is illegal to pay referral fees to anyone except a broker, right? So kind of keep that in mind. Everything's got to go through a broker to be legal. Which of the following approaches would an appraiser most likely use to appraise a church? All right, does a church generate income? No. All right, so we can already eliminate income and gross rent multiplier approach, right? Now we're left with the sales comparison approach, market data, or the cost approach. Now, okay, this is one of those questions where my real life experience, where I've appraised a lot of churches, and the textbook answer is they're in conflict, maybe, because I see some appraisers use the cost approach and then depreciate because it's got, tons of obsolescence, right? Because you can't really do much with a church other than use it for a church. As opposed to a warehouse building, you can do a million things with it inside. But let's see what the textbook answer is, and then we can talk about it a little bit more. Okay, so the textbook answer is cost approach, but in real life, I really hope you guys don't see this one on your exam, because the sales comparison approach, in my opinion, is a superior method to appraise religious facilities. But I have seen appraisers use the cost approach, and an appraisal is an opinion of value, right? So my opinion's not better than their opinion. So just a personal conflict there. But the textbook answer is cost approach, so that's what I want you to learn for the exam, okay? Not real life, but. Which statement is true about a syndicate? Okay, blue sky laws do not apply. Most profit on the investment is realized from rents. It is a private or public venture to own a property. Members must hold title as joint tenants. All right, think about it for a second. I'm going to pick one at random. Okay, so it's a private, so a syndicate is really just like, to kind of dumb it down, it's, because I'm a member of a syndicate, it's a group of investors, we kind of pool our money together and we build stuff or we buy stuff. We buy apartment complexes, for example. So yeah, that's kind of the layman term of what a syndicate is. It's just think of it as just a group. It's a group of people to buy property, develop it, buy it, whatever, depending on what the goals of that syndicate are. They're great investments, by the way, but you've got to be an accredited investor, which I'll get into that in another video. If you're studying for this, you're probably not an accredited investor yet. You might be, but opens up a whole new world of possibilities. A lot more risk, but a lot more reward. A comprehensive buyer representation agreement would address what? The agent's contact information, names and numbers, property description, the duties of the agent, termination date, and compensation agreement. This is one where I feel like it should slap you in the face because it's just common sense, right? We don't need to make a note card for this one. A buyer's representation agreement should be a specific outline of what is expected of the buyer and the broker. A lender is wait, I'm going to pause it. So you pause, you just read it. I'm going to read it out loud, but it's math. So if you're just listening to this, you need to like pause it and write this stuff down. A lender is providing 90% of the financing for a new house. If the house appraises for $75,000, what is the buyer's down payment? All right, so $75,000. All right, $75,000, and a lender's providing 90%. Okay, so that's 10% that the buyer is responsible for. What is 10% of $75,000? So we take $75,000, we times it, multiply it, multiply it by 10%, and it comes out to $7,500. Right? A pretty easy math question. I like when my students tell me that they have questions like this on the exam because they're very easy. A broker takes a sales agreement to his seller for full price. The seller states he will not accept this agreement because the buyers are Puerto Rican. So what the broker should do which of the following? I've never seen something like this in real life. I've never even heard of this happening in real life. But, yeah, I'm gonna let you guys choose here. So put in the comments what you want me to choose. Let's see if you guys are right. Yeah, so the Federal Housing Act prohibits discrimination based on race. Never heard of something like this in real life. And I've been a part of thousands of sales. When a buyer makes an offer and a seller charges a few of the terms before he signs and returns it, that is what? So the buyer makes an offer, right? Say it's $100,000, and then the seller comes back and he's like, okay, maybe I'll take $100,000, but I get to live in the house for 2 more years. Is that a rejection? Is that a counteroffer? Is that a conditional rejection? All right, I'm going to let you guys choose. This is not an easy one. All right, most of you are saying conditional acceptance. Let's see. And you are wrong. All right, make a note card for this one or come to realestateexamninja.com. If an offer is changed at all, it becomes a rejection combined with a new offer. The offeree is, so, this first sentence, let's say it again. Let's get it in our mind. If an offer is changed at all, it is a rejection and it's combined with a new offer. Okay. Hope that makes sense. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a like, give me a subscribe, give me a comment. And if you are studying for your real estate exam and you really need help, hit me up at realestateexamninja.com and let's get it going. All right. See you guys. Bye.